Welcome to Tattoo Collecting 101, episode 119, right here on Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo. If you haven't joined us before, Reinventing the Tattoo is a community for tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and the tat curious out there who want to know more about the world of tattooing. We aim to educate and inspire one another to create better artwork and tattoos, and ultimately to leave this community a better place than how we found it. We stream out most days of the week, so be sure to check out the full schedule of events we got on reinventingthetattoo.com, as well as our professional development courses from over 20 world-class tattoo artists. You can also find these shows on our Roku channel, as well as on podcast streams and wherever you find your podcasts at. So be sure to search Reinventing the Tattoo on all your platforms to find us there. And real quick, we just want to say thank you to the sponsors that make it possible. Thanks to World Tattoo Events, the largest, most comprehensive resource for tattoo conventions and events going on in the world, as well as Tattoo Now, technology for tattooers. They're the leading edge in professional development, management, and digital tools for tattooers of all levels. As well as want to say thank you to the affiliates at the Fireside Tattoo Network, as well as the Apprenticeship Diaries. And we want to say one more thank you to Guy Aitchison, who makes this whole community possible. He's the founder and inspiration behind the Reinventing the Tattoo community and has been inspiring artists for decades. You can go to guyaitchison.com to get copies of the Biomech Encyclopedia, instructional DVDs, original paintings, and custom coil machines. And if you enjoy the knowledge that we're putting out, be sure to share it out with all your friends and to watch another video. And now, for the second time, on to Ben.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
That one was smooth, but like the first one was money.
I'm surprised. The first one was definitely better.
So,
I agree with that.
If you have been watching live, you may have noticed that you couldn't hear us. It's okay. We started over.
That's okay. We'll
Welcome
trim it out
back.
in post.
We'll fix it in fucking post.
This one we can fix in post easily.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because we started over.
Yeah.
It's almost like I planned it that way.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for that. Now we can just.
So
Fawn is on the road to Pittsburgh, huh?
Yes.
She be traveling. As we had previously discussed,
Mhm.
did you make actual travel plans to go, or are you just kind of winging it? Fucking winging it.
I'm winging it. I'd like to say
You're
in my
such a
head-
winger.
Well, I'd like to say in my head that I have a plan, but like
No.
really, I'm gonna car camp and just go out like Saturday, Sunday, and show up. Do my thing.
You're gonna sleep in your vehicle.
Yeah. Well, I like took out the back seat, so there's like room to like actually lay down and like bring my sleeping bag and whatnot.
You're gonna die. You know that,
I'm not
right,
gonna die.
Kyle?
I'm not gonna die.
Kyle,
What
what are you doing, bro?
do you mean? What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Not a smart move.
Just come home. Just go for one day.
Go for a day. What if I
Yeah.
want to go for the weekend?
That sounds ridiculous.
I guess.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. I've slept in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. Respect the hustle. But like, you'll die. It's Pittsburgh.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's not, like,
Middle of the woods.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Don't, no,
Not in the city.
just don't, just no, just whole lots of no. Some cop's gonna bust your fucking window in and Narcan you so fast before you can say anything. You're like, what? And then your heart's gonna explode. Or, something like that. You're gonna wake up, there's gonna be somebody else in the back seat, like, oh man, I thought we was just chilling. Shit's busted.
Fair.
I like you alive.
Well, maybe I will go for a day then.
Okay. It's probably just like a little bit more of a solid plan.
That's fair. I mean, like I said, clearly didn't have a plan. Just kind of.
You know what you can do? You can always just sleep under a booth somewhere. Just
That
like
is-
under the display table.
Mhm.
Like, Jerb, can I sleep in the true
Duck
tubes
down
booth?
while they're all checking it.
I've heard legends of OG tattooers that would just camp in their booth space
Okay.
at
Okay.
conventions. But I don't think that happens too much anymore.
Fair.
Little stowaway action.
All right. Well then.
It's like 2 hours, bro. Just like go
Yeah.
and come home.
I mean, I guess when you put it like that, that's probably a better idea. Yeah.
Than death? Yes.
Well, you're jumping to an extreme,
Yeah. That's what I
but
do.
but I see where your extreme is, and I completely understand.
That's what I do.
I definitely have those extremes in my head too. I just try not to think about that part.
I don't. I just go straight to death and then avoid death. Right?
Yeah.
If the conclusion is, oh, I can live through that, you're good. If the conclusion is death, I try not to fuck with it. Makes
How-
sense?
Yes, but how far do you take that? Because you could twist a lot of situations into death that really don't need to be into death. Not to say that this situation is one of those, but in general,
Shoot me a scenario.
I want to go to the zoo.
Run it. What's wrong with this?
Well, what if something gets loose? What if an elephant's on the loose and it stamples all over me?
All right, so let's think statistically. Okay.
Okay,
How
so
many-
so statistics is
I'm-
where we draw the line.
No. I'm just saying, like, how many times has the zoo injured people? I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like you hear about it.
Yeah.
They shot a whole fucking gorilla over it. Motherfucker was just saving a baby that was drowning. God damn it, Harambe.
I miss you every day.
Anyway, so like, I was gonna say, I don't know the numbers. I'm not a catalog of information here.
Mhm.
But I'm going to go ahead and say that statistically, the zoo is a safe place to visit. I'm going to say our local zoo has thousands of people at it every day. And I have never been witness to and or seen somebody die. But like,
I can guarantee you that.
okay,
happened.
see? Just,
Fair,
look up
fair.
murder in Philly and see what happens. Wait, it's in Pittsburgh though.
Yeah.
Not Philly. Sorry, Philly. I didn't mean to bad rap you like that. Good peeps. But I'm just saying.
No,
you know?
no, I understand your concern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might change my game plan.
Okay. Like, I hear you.
Mhm.
I've been recently seeing that Cracker Barrel will let you sleep in their parking lot.
Okay,
Don't give a shit.
I didn't know that.
You just gotta tell them,
Sure.
like, hey, I'm out there in an RV spot, kicking it. They'll be like, cool, don't die.
Cool.
They let RVs stay there and stuff.
Okay.
Shout out Cracker Barrel. I'll take a sponsorship.
We love you, Cracker Barrel.
Love's a strong word, but like they're acceptable.
well, don't go say that. You just ruined it now.
I'm just kidding. I love you. It's good old home cooking.
I was surprised to learn that you could get like yard checkers delivered from Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I dropped one off one time doing a DoorDash.
You can order it like through the fucking
Yeah, straight up, you can. Like with your family meal as well.
That's funny. Oh, checkers.
What's been going on in the Ben world?
Oh, a whole lot of nothing. Actually, a whole lot of bunch of stuff. Dealing with a bunch of dumb work stuff, but it's cool. Realizing that the circumstances of the situation of my employment are probably going to be changing again for like the 15th time in the past 5 years is a little frustrating.
Especially when it's out of your control.
And this one's super way out of my control, and that's super frustrating. And it's like kind of like I kind of just want to pack all my shit and hike in the mountains for a month and just be poor when I come back.
You got that as well. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. What is up in the tattoo world, Fawn? Apparently she's sending us messages, but I don't know what that means.
Philly's coming up.
What's up in your tattoo world?
They're en route to Philly. Not to Philly.
It's Pittsburgh, bro.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Jesus, I said it once. I
Yeah,
fucked you up.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
my
that's
fault.
exactly
It's
right.
100% my fault.
Because I had it right the first time.
Right. I've heard Pittsburgh has, like you were saying, they had like a super high caliber artist.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, what is the screening process for stuff like that? Who gets to make those calls? Because at that level, bro, when you can recruit from, same with like Hell City and all the other big conventions, when you can recruit from basically worldwide,
Where do you
where
where do you draw the line?
yeah,
at
how
what's
what
included,
qualifies? What's going on? Like, so I don't know. I would hate to be that person that had to compare, because like art's subjective.
Very subjective. Yeah.
Subjective. Everybody's taste a little bit different. That says Cleveland, bud.
Yeah. I don't know why that would pop up.
Kyle doesn't like computers.
There we go. I'm trying to pull up the featured artist here so we can see.
Featured artist list. Oh, good. No, you almost had it. So close. Kyle's gotta go share things from the other computer. Yeah. Hopefully we should have a guest joining us here later. Waiting to hear back from them. Here we go. Featured artists. Nope. Nope.
There we go.
There we go. Run through it for him, Kyle. I don't like reading. Makes my brain hurt.
Any names you recognize? I see Mohawk Jesse.
Oh yeah, Big
Player
Jazz.
Bandit.
Yeah, all these people. Go slower. Jesus, the show is packed.
Yeah, lots of great art with like lots of variety of style too.
Kyle, if you had to pick a profile picture for a tattoo convention, would you put a tattoo or your face?
I'd imagine a tattoo. That would be my
Your calling
preferred.
card?
Yeah.
You think your tattoo would be more famous than your face?
I feel like I'd want to put the kind of work that I do out there.
You're making my eyeballs jump.
So sorry.
We're still friends.
Okay.
I still love you. Jesus Christ. And you've been scrolling, bro.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of artists here.
I wonder how big it is. Look up how big it is. I'm sure that's on somewhere on the same page. We can see how big it is. Man, the work that goes into these big festivals and shows, and it's insane to me.
Charlatan Square Station, so it looks like a whole convention hall.
Wow. Should be good. Should be good. So you think you're gonna head out on Saturday for a bit?
Saturday.
And not sleep in your effing car?
Yeah. Yeah, most likely probably Saturday then.
I may
Are you gonna try and come out?
figure something out.
Well, if you want to go together, let me know.
You're gonna make people puke around stuff that fast.
I was getting back down to
Oh, I understand now. I shouldn't talk. She just let you do your thing. Jeezy. How many artists do you think they have?
probably like 80 to 90, right?
Should have been counting. The hell, Kyle.
Why aren't you counting?
I don't do math.
I'm the one scrolling through them all.
Doing the hard work.
Exactly.
Doing the hard work. My goodness. Any homies? You see any homies? I'm seeing all kinds of people's names I recognize, but I'm super bad with other people that don't like live in Columbus that I've known my whole life.
I'm not the most hip on names of people as well, so that is also
Not. I know True Tubes is going to be there. That's going to be rad. Handing out high quality supplies.
all the high quality supplies.
Kyle
That'd be
broke it
wonderful.
again.
I'm fixing it.
I know. I ain't mad at you. Tech demons.
We
That's
got
what happens.
Fawn with us now.
That's what happens when we get set up early and we're ready to roll. As soon as everything goes live, everything goes wrong. Fawn, you're with us? Nope. Doing the phone in, it's always like the best idea, and it never really goes according to plan. It's nice, but it's hard to get a solid connection when we're on their end.
I'm here. I'm just trying to get my headphones to connect. Hold on just a moment.
Bluetooth problems. That's always the worst. Like everything should talk to each other. Why doesn't everything talk to each other? My favorite's when you're getting in and out of the car and you miss a whole sentence and then you're just lost because the Bluetooth like switched from the overhead to your handset. And you're like, wait, what? What'd you say? It's always like the most pertinent part of the conversation. Every time.
Right. You guys hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, hello.
There we go. Sorry, I was trying to listen in and watch, and I've been listening to you guys struggle trying to figure out what to talk about. So
What?
here I am to help.
No, the problem was is we were flowing and then we had to
Oh, you
start
got
over
your flow.
because
got it.
Kyle didn't hit the sound on button. So we were 15 minutes deep into a conversation.
It's not that I didn't hit the sound on button. It's the fact that the thing, like, I
Yep.
turned it on, but it didn't connect to it.
Fawn, do you hear what I hear?
I hear excuses, Kyle.
Yes, man.
You know what? Yeah, they are excuses. There's nothing else to say to it.
We still love you.
So
No,
hold on,
so-
I'm gonna turn my video on just for a moment.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see or not. You got me, we got Jess, we got Brian in the back.
Nope, we can see a very,
Um,
very
you're still
faint
following her?
outline of your face. Very faint. There she is.
That's
You need to be focusing on the road, young lady. Let's
I'm
stop
back
that
focused on the
video.
road. Lights ahead. You haul in
well-
front of me.
How is the True Tube homie wagon running? How's everybody feeling?
I think we're all doing pretty good. Donovan and Cervena and the two dogs are in the Jeep, and obviously me, Jess, Brian are in Fandango. This is our cross-country mobile.
And Fandango is like luxury plus for long trips.
I mean, she might be 20 years old, but she's still comfy.
So what you're saying is classic never dies.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Kyle was
So,
just
yeah.
talking about car camping in Philly.
Oh, I heard.
Pittsburgh.
If Kyle, if you are car camping, you can sleep in the shower or in Fandango. I have blankets. I have heat.
There you go. Fandango at least has a bed.
I had some ideas
Tinted
for
windows.
doing it non-sketchly.
No, you were gonna die.
Kyle, you are officially taken under our wing. We won't let you die.
Shh. If you don't let this kid have a little bit of fear in his life, he's going to start doing some craziness. You gotta have some responsibilities. I'm not bailing him out.
Well, I mean, I don't want him to overdose and like
It's not that I'm
smarts all
going
at once.
crazy.
Man, can't you see some cop busting on his
Baby
window
steps.
and Narcan in him before he knows what's going on?
That was pretty funny.
I was planning to cover the windows.
That doesn't look
Kyle,
sketchy at all.
That's why you can just sleep in Fandango. Better
Okay,
yet, just
okay.
share a room with us.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. See what you're doing? Don't do that. Don't
Am I
feed the
enabling?
bears.
Am I enabling?
Enabling
Don't
good habits.
Feed the bears. You
I
know what I'm
was-
saying?
I was
Kyle's
trying to
not a
test out my
bear,
solo
though.
project. That was my goal.
He's more like a seagull.
Yeah, you are a seagull. Your name kind of does fit the seagull call. I'd let that happen.
Okay.
Can you,
So-
Kyle, can I do a seagull tattoo on you?
Sure.
Yes. So
That violates your snail law though.
Shh, we won't tell anybody.
Okay.
So I've been bouncing a whole bunch of stuff to the Instagram that we use for the show.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
And
we do have.
there's a few tattooer with the signs that I thought we could talk about. There's a few other I think just worthwhile conversations that we could spark in there.
Are you in a train tunnel?
Am I?
Yeah.
No, we just got a couple conversations going on in the same vehicle. I've got my headphones on, so now Jess and Brian can't hear anything that we're talking about.
Gotcha. Fuck
So they're
that.
having their own side conversation.
We'll pull up.
Take
one
off
Oh,
your
right here.
headphones
Yeah.
And talk to
and
your
talk to
client.
your client. This is actually there have actually been a few discussions popping up. I don't know if it's because of the sign or if the sign became because of these discussions. But
Chicken,
what are
egg.
your thoughts, Ben?
whatever.
Have you ever had an artist work on you that had phoned up and didn't talk to you their whole session?
If you need to be in your zone and you want to groove and that's going to make my tattoo look better, fucking rock it. That allows me to go into my comfort zone and not feel like I also have to then hold a conversation instead of wincing in pain and trying to hide my agony. So I understand that. Yeah. If you're doing a smaller session, take off your headphones, engage with your client. But hour 6, bro, fucking bop on your earmuffs, dig in, get this shit done.
Okay.
I see both sides of the coin.
I feel like you know how I get ultra connected with my clients. We take our breaks together, we smoke together, we eat together, our whole day I pretty much give them my attention.
Well, and it's a little
yeah.
bit different when
I
you
would-
already have a personal relationship with your client. So I have a homies only tattoo policy. I don't get tattooed by people I don't know. When
Fair.
that is part of the experience, when you're getting tattooed by somebody that you've been looking up to and following their art and following their career and things along those lines, there's a little bit more I don't want to say social anxiety, but you're paying for an experience as well with that. So if you're in that, oh my God, I'm finally getting tattooed by Fawn and I've saved my money to be able to do this, you want that personal interaction because it's part of the experience. Fawn, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Put your headphones on a tattoo. It's a little bit different for me. So my opinion's a little bit skewed.
I feel like for me, for the way I work, I like that connectivity with the client. I feel like it gives it's almost like the more connected I am with my client, the more it feeds the project that we're working on. So I feel
Right.
like if I disconnect, we might miss out on something, But my process, like I said, my personal process is so inclusive of my client. Where some artists, some artists might have anxiety, some artists might not be comfortable talking, some, the variables are different. But for me, I like being connected when I'm making that permanent mark on somebody.
I get that, and especially through the personal touch and stretching and having that connection, like you said, a lot of people just crave that physical contact, and it's all wrapped up in the experience. But I don't know. I get it both ways. I
What do you
completely
think?
understand that in the long run. Get it done. Would you say that, phone?
What does Kyle think? Does Kyle have an opinion?
What's your opinion, Kyle?
I don't know if I necessarily have opinion. Like I feel like, if especially like you guys were saying with those longer sessions, if you need to just take a couple hours in the middle of it, especially to tap in, and get in your flow state, then absolutely, whatever makes the better tattoo at the end of the day. So I'm definitely on that train.
That's fair. What's the next tattooer with a sign we've got in there?
Next sign, please, Kyle.
There's a few I've dropped in there. Stop texting your tattoo artist's personal cell phone.
That's not an option
This
for
is-
me.
This is a real one. Yeah, but like, I don't know. You've never texted me about a tattoo at 4 a.m. either.
Well, Couth, I don't text you about 4 in the morning about anything unless I'm like on the side of the road and dying.
This. What is phone etiquette? When are the appropriate hours to contact? Let's say a close friend and then a professional. What are those two appropriate hours to contact?
Okay, so close friend, it's in time of need. Okay, so like I would say 10 is probably like there better be a problem if you're calling me at 10.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
It's probably 9 or 10 in the morning as well.
I subscribe. I was raised in a household where we weren't supposed to call anybody before or after 9.
Right. So that makes total
But then
sense.
like so
Business professional.
What about professionals?
Okay. What are the hours of your operations? If you work between and the shop is open between and your hours of operation are generally this, I would feel that it would be appropriate to be receiving text message from clients during those hours. But most tattooers that have a personal assistant and or a manager or something along those lines don't want direct communication for booking anyway. So the proper channel is to email through the host web page and or artist page. A personal text involving any of those things is just making you contact your manager and or personal assistant to then make those adjustments. So it's putting you in a step that you don't need to be in just because someone is not wanting to take the correct path of information. Yes, no.
I think it's something that like I've definitely had clients and potential clients it's almost like their feelings get hurt because I don't answer a text message in a timely manner, or I don't give them the responses they want, or I respond with here's a link to my webpage.
Right.
Like for me, it's a matter of it's almost like in order to keep like brain space and just like feel like I'm not pulled in so many directions, it's been incredibly helpful for me to funnel all of my contacts through my webpage, which then go to one email.
Well,
the
it's
reason
organized.
I like that. Yeah, it keeps everything in the chronological order that it came in. So even if I get super duper busy and I'm not able to accommodate you right away, if your project's something that I'm able to take on, it's still going to happen in the order that you initially contacted me. Like, it's the best way for me to stay organized. It's the best way for me to stay fair. But it also saves me so much headspace trying to keep track of,
Right.
okay, who was that? Where was I having this conversation about Tuesday's appointment? Was it on Instagram? Was it on Facebook? Was it a text? Was it an
and that's the
email? If
thing.
it wasn't an email, which email was it?
Right.
So
There's
when I
so many
funnel
different
everything
points of
through my
contact now.
webpage, yep. When I funnel it all through my webpage, it's like putting everybody in a single file line. That way I don't forget anybody, and everybody's waiting just the same. Like nobody's getting more or less. Everybody has to wait their turn because like that's kind of how life works.
Unfortunately, some people feel that is not the case.
Yeah, but I want to accommodate everybody, and there are so many times that people hit me up, and I'll be like, "Well, go to my webpage, fill the form out, and we'll get you in line." And then the conversation stops there, and then I see them again 6 months later, or I hear from them again 6 months later, and they're like, "Hey, you never got me in," and I'll pull up my email, and I'll be like, "Well, you never went to my webpage, messaged me."
Do
Like,
you remember when I gave you
I asked.
instructions on how to get in and you did not follow them? This is a you problem. Yeah,
yeah.
some people.
Yeah, I mean, I love being connected with my clients when I'm working on them. At our appointment, at our session, you get like 95% of my undivided attention. Like, of course, there's other little things, smoke breaks, what have you, but like, you get my attention for the day, and I want every client every day to get that same treatment. And if I'm constantly on my phone talking to 15 other people about 15 other projects, now my headspace is filled with these other projects that I'm not even working on today. I can't even get to them today. I should
Right.
be giving today's project my full attention. I should be putting all of that energy into today's project. And then when it is your turn, you get that same respect. You get that same, like, I don't know, your project is equally as important, and nobody's taking away from your piece of time or your piece of my energy that I'm giving it. So
Yeah, I remember sitting at the street shopping, and then every 25, 30 minutes, the artist would have to get up to address an issue or talk to a client that came in through the door. Or that is the luxury of the appointment only artists now, is that you get that undivided time, you get that attention, you get that full time span. So it's a weird mindset shift to think about it that way. You're paying for a full day of tattooing, you're getting a full day of tattooing. It's so different
Right.
now.
It's funny, just recently, I almost always charge by the day rather than by the hour. One of my clients, we were on like their first or second session, and they were like, "So like, if I sit longer, how does that work? If I sit longer than 6 hours?" I'm like, "Well, it's still this much." And they're like, "But I know, but what if we go over that?" And I'm like, "Well, it's still this much. Like, that's my goal for the minimum time I would like to tattoo you
Right.
for that day rate,
That
not
is where we start, my
where we
friend.
cut off." Yeah, that's where I feel like you're getting your money's worth, and anything over and above is going to just give us more accomplishment and less that we have to do next time.
To be honest, 6 is about my like comfort level anymore. I hit about 6 hours, and I'm like, you know what I don't want to be doing anymore is sitting in this chair.
Yeah, I feel like 5 or 6 hours is a pretty good chunk of time, but also like with the way my brain works and the way I work on such big projects, I would rather keep the number of days that I'm working on you to a minimum, because that's that many fewer numbers of time that you have broken skin that has to heal. That's that many fewer number of times you have to worry about complications.
Right.
That's that many fewer times you've got to take a day off work and drive to me. So as much as you might be ready to tap out at 5 hours, if you can keep going for 7, and all of a sudden we can do your sleeve in 5 sessions instead of 6 or 7,
Right.
then I feel like it makes it worth it to just like grit and bear it, and get more accomplished.
I agree.
Especially like, I don't know, I feel like that's a lesson that I learned, or was like even further instilled in me when I was getting my back piece from Russ. I was traveling back and forth down to Georgia so regularly that I knew that if I sat longer any given day, then it would be fewer trips down there.
Right.
Each time I took a trip down to Georgia, that was an entire week of my time, if not more. It was the money that I had to spend to travel there. It was the money that I had to spend on a hotel. It was the money that I had to spend on food. It was the money that I had to spend on the tattoo. It was
Right.
the money that I had to tip with. It was like all of the things. Even though I did have the opportunity and privilege to do a guest spot while I was down there and make a little bit of money sometimes, it was still, a sacrifice each time I went down there, not even counting the pain and how long I was healing and in recovery over and over again. Each time it was a pretty huge sacrifice. So if I could hit that day rate that he quoted me, and then I could sit even longer. It was almost like we were just utilizing our time together even more
Right.
wisely. You know, I mean, there were times where I wanted to be done in the very first hour. I was over it from the first time the needle touched the skin, and I forced myself to sit there and get through it.
That's a
Even though I
different
wanted
kind of commitment because you added all that travel and time off work and blah, blah, blah. With the local artists, people sometimes overlook the fact that, you know, yes, they keep the deposit, but they lose a day's worth of pay when you cancel. So it's a little, you know what I mean? Like, keep that appointment if you're having a off day. Or could you imagine driving to Georgia and just being like, nope, not today. Can't, not feeling it. Sorry, bud. I'm gonna high five you and have a Snickers. We'll see you next time.
It's funny when I had a session at Tattoo the Lou, and we were gonna do Saturday and Sunday, and Russ started working on me. We were doing like my lower back and cheekies. He started working on me early in the day, and we were having an incredibly productive day, but he worked on me for like probably 9.5 hours. It was definitely one of our longer sessions. You know, at a convention, it's a little bit more like stressful all the way around, like on your body, because people are watching, you've been traveling, you're tired, like your routine's different, all those things. But we worked so much he worked so much, we kind of met our goal for the weekend that first day. So he was like, so I kind of
Jesus.
got everything done that I wanted to get done this weekend. Do you want to take tomorrow off? I was like, yes, Russ, I would love to take tomorrow off.
Please.
I felt so beat up, but you know, we just happened to have an incredibly productive day together. You know, you can't bank on having like obscenely productive days at conventions because you never
Right.
know for sure who's going to come up, what they're going to talk about, especially Russ being Russ. Like there could be, it's like hanging out with Derb. Everybody knows him. Everybody's got business ideas they want to talk about. Sometimes they're important, sometimes they're not. You know, we've all seen Derb the way he works. Like he could get an hour and a half of tattooing done in a whole day, or he could get 7 hours done. It just depends on how many distractions are thrown at him and how many times he's got to take his gloves off. So on this day in particular, we pretty much got 2 days worth of work. So my reward was the next day off, and I was thrilled with it.
I remember getting tattooed in New York. Rich was like, do you want to come back tomorrow? And I was like, no, I'm good. My parking space is good for 24 hours and I'm not getting another one. To be fair, the parking space was like $150.
Oh yeah, parking can be so expensive.
Right.
I definitely learned that one, getting tattooed by a guy, and like how much you really can sit through.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I was
You-
just going to ask if Kyle wanted to pipe in about long sessions. I wasn't sure if you still had PTSD or if you were ready to talk about that.
I think I've processed it a little bit at this point, but
You're alive. That's all
yeah.
that matters.
it definitely like I think more recently I've just kind of had that click where it's like understanding that like the part where you want to tap out is the part where you shouldn't tap out, and that you can keep going still. And like having that all click now just kind of makes more sense, you know.
You start seeing those little leaps of spiritual growth that we talk about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
I mean-
feel it while you're still like beat up and broken, but when you can look back, it's like, you know, I did get through that. I did want to walk away, and I didn't. I did the thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like, you should stop doing that. I'm all done. This isn't fun anymore. I don't want to do it. Well, it's funny you talk about like the spiritual growth side of it. It's like a lot of people don't realize just having the commitment. Like how many people are walking around with half done sleeves? How many people are walking around with a back piece on the first outline? You know, like
Yeah.
it says something about character, and it makes me laugh when people don't understand that aspect of it. Like, oh, you must have been to jail a lot. Like, no, this is a lot more
these
dedication
tattoos-
than you've ever had in your
they-
life, bud.
these will tell you how much mental fortitude I do have. Thank you very much.
Right.
Speaking
Makes
of
me
speaking of
chuckle.
that learning spiritual growth, I've got another session in the books now.
For what? You're
Uh,
gonna be spiritually healed.
Yeah, for my ribs with
Mm.
Jordan.
Oh, your riblets.
Jordan.
Yeah, and we're
Dang.
like coloring this time.
I almost forgot about the riblets. I wasn't there for that day.
We do have a day. It's not perfectly set in stone, but I will keep you updated as best as I can on that, and we can.
That sounds super sketchy, bud.
What do you mean super sketchy?
Sounds super sketchy. Just throwing it out there. That sounds super sketchy.
I have a date, but it could be sooner
That's always
if
fair.
something shows up.
That's always fair. Fawn and I still have a floating appointment.
We do. I don't. Then we're always going to have a floating appointment.
I mean, that's fair. We should probably do that sooner than later.
Let me know. I'll
Okay.
probably get you in on my next like shift or cancellation or reschedule. You know how people have to shift things around. I
I'll-
actually recently,
I'll
speaking
talk
of
to your
people,
manager about it.
speaking of, this isn't like a mental fortitude part of the conversation, but one of my clients, we're working on a black and gray sleeve of all things, and it's coming together really nicely. It's like a face with a veil over it, flowers. It is nice. I've been enjoying it. But she messaged me, and we just recently like completed to the elbow, and she's like, I think I want to keep it a half sleeve for a while. I was like, man,
No.
man.
I said no. You're
No, sit in my chair.
You're
No,
you're gonna get tattooed.
I'm
You're gonna
sure
love it.
she's eventually going to complete the lower sleeve, but I'm debating on whether I should be like, let's come in and do one more short little session so I can like button up and really make that upper part look complete.
And then just start dropping lines down past your elbow. Be like, well, we're here now.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that, but like, you know, sometimes there are like little nitpicky things that like I might not have necessarily gotten to because I knew I was going to see this again in a month or 2 months or whatever the case is.
Fair point.
So it's, and she's awesome. She sat great, you know, all the things are, you know, no hard feelings or anything, but it's like, oh, you know, thought I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna have more time with this project and client.
so many ideas.
I had so many more thoughts. So I'm debating on whether I should have her come in for just like a short little, like, let me look it over, let me make sure there's not anything else that we need to get crazy with.
I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult of a conversation.
Sorry, guys.
Like, hey, yo, you should come do this. Most people would probably let that happen.
I think Jess's life just flashed before her eyes, but I was in complete control the whole time.
Did you just try to kill people, Paul?
Well, Derb got over abruptly, and then I had to then also get over abruptly behind him. Yeah. Now we're back to smooth sailing. It's okay. All good. There was room for both of us. They saw me. They stopped. It's okay.
Everybody's alive.
Shout
Fawn
out
should-
to Tuffy Gahanna for the new brakes.
Shout out. Hey, do you need to focus on operating your motor vehicle?
I'm back in a calm setting already. It was just one abrupt moment.
I
Could have happened
understand
to
that,
anyone.
but that's, what I fear.
I do have Brian Midkiff in the vehicle with me. I wonder,
Kiff, what up, Bubby?
Brian, if I were to put you on the spot and hand you the headphones, you want to talk with Ben?
Hi, good.
He
It's
said,
fine.
he says I could.
He doesn't need to be on the spot.
All
It's
right,
okay.
I'm gonna pass Brian the headphones for a little bit.
Is there a mic?
It is the
Where's
mic.
the mic? Oh, is it in the?
It is the mic.
I can hear myself. Hey, Ben,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, yes.
Yay.
How
Hey,
are you
Bobby.
doing, good sir?
Doing well, my friend. How are you?
Good. The last 45 minutes, I've been seeing you on the screen.
Yay, my
Without-
face.
Yes, without any sound. So it's been like, hey, Ben, see you on the screen without me.
I miss you.
We got it figured out.
No, meaning
Good.
he doesn't have sound.
Oh,
Spawn
right,
has
right,
headphones on.
Why? Yeah.
The first 15 minutes of the show, which was the smoothest first 15 minutes of the show
It was
ever
very
done.
smooth. Yeah.
Kyle didn't have the sound on, or whatever technical mumbo jumbo he's gonna try to spit over.
I'll drop the ball. I said it. I'll say it.
I'm not
It
mad at you,
happens.
Moby.
It
Oh,
happens.
no one's upset. Just
Yeah.
took a minute to regroup, reframe, and shoot it again.
Right.
So-
Now getting into, yes, we're just now fun how to get off and pay attention a little bit more to the road. We're getting actually ready to cross one of the three rivers into Pittsburgh right now.
Bump, 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 bump.
Bum,
Now,
bum, bum,
we were
bum.
talking about how shite it is to drive in Pittsburgh just a little bit ago. Have you ever had to drive through Pittsburgh?
Yes, this is my third time being here, not for a tattoo convention or anything like that, but I've came up here for a few concerts.
Ooh. I actually
Ooh.
I have been
Uh,
to the convention hall you guys are at for a food
Yes,
show.
it is very hectic to drive. Yeah,
Yeah, it's insane.
Uh,
Like the same road is on different sides of the bridge, and like it's yeah.
yes, Fawn and Durr, we're getting ready to do that right now. I'm looking at the multiple bridges into the downtown area, and it was probably best for her to jump off and focus a
Yeah.
little bit more on the road.
That's why I offered.
Well, while they're pulling into the convention, should we share another tattooer with the sign?
Share us a tattoo of the sign.
All about tattoo conventions.
Okay, the sign is tattoo
Tattoo.
conventions are the heart of the industry. I mean, it is kind of like where everybody gets together, and it's the waypoint between artist and collector. It's a chance to mingle, see people from
Absolutely.
all over that you normally wouldn't have access to.
Right.
So, I mean, I can't argue with that.
No, I think old boss man is right. It is true facts, true statement. We were looking, I noticed you guys were looking through the attending artist list for this Pittsburgh show, and me and Jess did the same thing on the way here. Yeah,
Most
there's a lot
excited
of
to
heavy
see.
hitters.
Most excited
mo-
to see. Okay,
Yes.
top three, because I know you.
On put on spot, I don't know. There's a lot that I really didn't. I mean, I'm gonna say like I'm a nobody, but there's a lot of people that I didn't really know, which is a good thing. But looking at just the graphic, or I heard you guys talking the face of the artist, or a example of their tattoo artwork, looks like a lot of good people are going to be here.
So B,
I've
how would
seen-
you run it? Would you put a picture of your tattoo or a picture of your face up?
I would never put my face up. I hate my face taken. So it would be
That
Under-
is fair.
100% tattoo. I mean, you gotta sell your artwork, not your face. That's just me. There could be like pretty people out there. It's like,
See, my artwork would probably be subpar. Therefore, I would probably sell this moneymaker.
and you would sell all the moneymaker.
I just wink at people left and right. Blast
It's,
shitty snail tattoos.
It's going to happen eventually. I know you've been talking about it for years.
I've been joking about it for years.
no, it's
Been
gonna
a
happen.
great long-term joke.
It's not a joke
Yeah.
as soon as you start doing it.
I'm gonna put one on your neck, Brian.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, prime real estate.
Right on the
But
snail time.
that'll
We
be
got-
like at the hyper realistic phase of the snail.
Yes.
yeah,
And it'll be sitting
few
on a
years.
leaf.
yeah, a
Flip
few
the
years-
sign, Kyle. Give me the next one.
With the sign, let me
Yeah,
pull up
maybe
the-
in a few years, like 15. Brian's got expensive skin. I'm not worthy to hang all next to his collection. Stop getting tattoo aftercare advice from your doctor.
to protect your expensive skin.
I mean, who goes to the
there's-
doctor?
not the right minded people. I would just listen to the artist, and then if you've been, I mean, I feel everybody's skin is different.
Right.
Everybody has, I don't want to say, if you've gotten tattooed, you should know how to heal your tattoos. That's
Well,
how I
every
feel.
tattoo is different. Every area is different. Sometimes
Yes.
you can keep it covered with what are we calling those? Dermal type covering, the skin covers,
right.
Saniderm styles.
Right.
Sometimes you can use like a tattoo armor style of pad to keep it covered. So
That-
every tattoo is unique, and I would believe that doctors have to give out tattoo advice once a year, whereas your tattoo artist does it. I'm going to go ahead and say at least every day, if not several times a day.
Absolutely. I know you have somebody like me. I'm super fair complected. I'm very pasty, pale, afraid of the sun skin. And some of the derms I haven't tried all the derms out there. There's a few that's worked for me, and then there's been a few, I don't want to like name drop or anything like that, but some of this just tore my skin up, and that's because my skin is so sensitive to some of those things. But ever since I've tried the tattoo armor, there's no going back. That's for me.
Yeah, same. That's my go-to now. Any of the dermal bandages now that are glue adhesive, I don't care what brand it is, I get a nice little burn around the edge from
Same.
the and
Same.
cut it, don't cut it round the edges, it doesn't matter.
Same.
And then I'm dealing with two separate wounds, and it's
Right.
just dumb.
Like I've gotten tattooed and had to get on airplanes, and I've
Yep.
kind of been like, I don't want the derm, just do the old fashioned plastic wrap. And they're like, no, you're traveling, you need this and you need that. And I'm like,
I
Take a
don't
deep
want
breath.
to.
I don't want to, you listen to your artists and they know what they're
Yep.
doing.
Yep.
But as soon as I can get, I've learned how to get them off my skin properly. I think the first couple times I just went at it and was like, I know what the hell I'm doing. And
Nope.
nope, wrong.
So the answer isn't get out your 91 proof isopropyl alcohol and stand in the shower with a squirt bottle and squirt alcohol over your new fresh open tattoo as you try to rip the bandage off.
I would say no.
Oh.
For me, when I've taken it off, somebody's told me like peel it from the bottom, but the last time I did it, I honestly just got in like fully submerged in like a bathtub, and
Skinny
know if you-
guys.
I don't know if you like, I take extremely hot showers. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. It relaxes me. But anyway, I got the best way I've gotten one of those adhesives off is getting like fully submerged in a bath and just slowly peeling it off. Kind of like, when you take the Band-Aid approach and rip it off. It's not the
the
best.
same.
No,
I'm gonna
it's
go the opposite. I'm gonna go the
Yes.
opposite. Slow and steady wins the race with these.
And the whole time of doing it, I'm regretting them sticking that thing to me every time. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Just,
What you did when we were coming back from Phoenix, I had you wrapped me in
I
the
did.
tattoo armor, yeah,
I did.
and it worked, and I flew with that, and it was awesome, and it was great. But like a knee, that was a knee tattoo. There, I don't think one of the derms would really even work for that, would it?
Not where that was. I didn't
No.
think you had a shot at it.
No.
To be honest with you. So like what we did was we wrapped it in a pad and then saran wrapped the shit out of it.
No, dude, it
Like,
was fucking perfect. It was.
we immobilized you.
Yeah, I would have it no other way. That's just me. I'm a fan of the tattoo armor. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be, just like the derms, there was one that was, I think, originally used in like hospitals for like burn victims.
Yep.
I mean, I could be wrong, but that
Yep.
is,
No, that's correct.
and now there's,
Thousands.
there's 20 different brands. I'm sure eventually there's going to be a quote unquote another tattoo armor, or I mean, those are essentially like meat packing things, right? Like I don't,
Well,
I'm just
yes and
guessing.
no. So do you I remember when people were straight up using the butcher pads.
Yeah,
And they were great
Yeah.
at the time because there was nothing else like them.
right.
And they did just absorb all the goo and they peeled off and you healed real nice. But as far as like the soft cloth, I don't think anybody else can do what they do. I'm sure they lock that down tight. I'm sure there's going to
Right.
be some variation of it come out for sure, but I don't know.
Right.
I like to stick with OG until OG doesn't work.
I think it'll work for me. I like just the way it comes off. It comes off super easy.
Yep.
that pad that it absorbs all the plasma. It's instead
Mess
of
free.
mess free, you have those derms, and then you have like that. I don't know what the tattooers or the tattoo industry call the where it's under the derm and you got all that plasma
squishy
stuck
blob?
under there. Not for me.
Well, then you
I
get
mean-
like one little crack leak in the bottom
Yep.
of it or in the side, and you
Yep.
squirt tattoo, plasma, ink, bloody
Yep.
onto whatever furniture, bed, car seat. Not speaking from experience, but that was a really hard cleanup.
Right.
So I get it. I'd rather have something taken away and secured in a whatever.
In the process of just if your tattoo armor, the pad gets a little like, oh, this is gross, you just easily unwrap it and then put a new one on. Then taking off the derms, it's a rough outing for me.
Not
Just having a sensitive skin.
my
There's people out
gig.
there with tough as nail skin that could you can do
Everybody
anything.
different.
Everybody's
Everybody
different. I'm
different.
just not one of those fortunate people that can do that.
I am done trying. What's your next tattoo appointment? You got one scheduled?
I actually have just been I contacted Steve Compton. I got tattooed by Steve at the Motor City show back in 2018, and I got a Pokemon tattoo. I'd get yelled at for calling a Pokemon tattoo. I got a Pokemon tattoo, and I was supposed to go and I went to get it finished, but in addition to it, at the Lake Tahoe tattoo show later in the year in 2018, and then that terrible thing happened to everyone with
When
the
life
pandemic.
stood still.
Yes. So I just here recently have been talking back and forth with him, and we're trying to coordinate that to happen. We're shooting, he's opened back up for June time. So I'm thinking closer to the middle of July.
Nice.
But that's the next one, like the next move. And it's like not getting a new person or a new tattoo. It's just an addition to a 2018 tattoo that looks like I got it done last week. It
Right.
still
The
looks,
thing is crispy.
yeah, minus the hair.
Well, I mean, hair happens. No one's mad
Yep.
at hair, B. No one's
It
mad at hair.
grows.
It do what it do.
I am going to do the old switcheroo with Fawn because we've showed up to the convention center, and we're going to start unloading this truck.
Cool beans. Well, you guys be
Yes.
safe. Personal
Absolutely.
note, Bubby, you need to get a hold of me when you get back into town if I don't see you this weekend, okay?
100% good, sir. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, later, Bubba.
Here's Fawn.
Fun. Hey, lady.
You good to stay parked here?
Long pass. It's a long pass.
What's up?
Hey, hey, hey.
I had to make sure I was putting my headphones on the right way. The
Ain't no
microphone
matter.
has to be to the front.
Ain't no mad, boo boo. Ain't no mad. So you guys are there getting ready to unload and do all the things?
Yep. I'm gonna take a quick little lap and turn my camera on and show you guys kind of the lay of the land as we figure it out.
All right, all right. We will hang out for just a moment then so we can get some live footage from the Pennsylvania film. Wait, it's
That's
Pittsburgh
my face. Hold on.
Convention. Oh, look at Derry Birdie working.
Oh yeah.
We've been here 13 seconds. I've already got 4 things loaded and carrying stuff and well-oiled team. Look at them go.
Oh, we got Savannah and the puppies over there.
What the Adam? What's that?
What?
Look up.
Well, you know.
P&G
Oh yeah, it looks like everything's set up pretty nice inside.
ready to go. I believe I was at a food show at this same place when I used
I
to
could.
care about chefing. It was delicious. It's free food all day. Appetizer show in the morning, chocolate show at night. Brilliant.
Can't go wrong.
But I don't think the hotel was named that then.
It wasn't the Atten.
It wasn't that.
Not the Atten.
No, I don't think that's correct. Just got a bum wheel, huh?
It's the slanted sidewalk.
Looks like shoddy equipment.
All right.
This is the best part. Do you know where you're going? Did you already get your map?
I think Derb's gonna get us checked in, I would imagine.
The name of the convention is Bleed Black and Gold.
I think it's just Pittsburgh Tattoo Expo.
Uh,
That might
Comma.
just be a saying.
Bleed black and gold.
Gotcha.
Sorry
I
for the
figured-
wobbly camera. I just didn't put my handle on this.
It's okay. You're
I should
doing
have.
wonderful.
I'm a slacker.
Look at that wonderful place to relax. Is immediately in the door.
Yeah, it is. That's nice.
Oh,
It's very nice.
Kyle, that's where I'll meet you. Okay, right there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be waiting
No, you won't.
all weekend.
Baby
So I think I'm
breath.
just gonna, Derb's getting us checked in now. I think I'm just gonna get one quick little walk around the floor, kind of show you guys the lay of the land, and then I'll probably sign off so I can physically help,
Yeah,
you know,
do the
carry
things for
everything
sure.
in. Derb over here, grown up.
Nice.
Got Brian, got Jeff.
and Jess. Aww.
We'll all
The
be here. And then
true
Derb.
tube team.
That's kind of what we are. We all end up traveling together like road dogs.
You guys hang out so much, you all smell the same now. It's weird. Like your group has a je ne sais quoi. Look at Derb. He's sexy.
Yeah, Derb looking all serious. See
I
this
want to
guy.
touch his nipple.
Ben said he wants to touch your nipple.
Yes. See, he knows. It's all in love. It's just a little baby tweak.
Oh, nice. Right as soon as we walk in the door. So you find True Tattoo Supply on the right-hand side as soon as you walk in.
Well, hot diggity.
Yeah, let me
Hot
take just a
damn.
quick little walk up to the other end and then I'll get in a good place to sign off with you guys.
All right.
So I feel like those tattooer with a sign today, we talked about those a lot.
Well, we bunny hole.
Oh yeah, Derb was talking about some ideas for some upcoming tattooer with a sign. It's funny, they're not all Derb's ideas. I don't know if you guys know that, but people message him with like what they want.
He is a creative genius.
He is a creative genius, but he definitely listens. Like, for instance, if you have an idea, just shoot him a message. Like, you go to the tattooer with the sign page or Derb's personal page, shoot him a message, and
He already has mine. Shh.
yeah. This
What?
looks really nice already. We're just at the very beginning of setup now.
All on one floor?
I believe so. Like I said, I was just kind of making one big loop.
Rad.
Yeah. There's Brian moving furniture around already,
Stealing
as
stuff.
he does. Yeah.
I was under the impression that this was a rather large convention.
We got more.
I wasn't saying that as a slam.
Oh, no, I'm literally learning the lay of the land as I'm experiencing it with you guys. I
But
couldn't
wait,
help but
there's
notice
more.
A huge sign that says this way. More tattoo artists.
And game
Oh.
vendors.
I want a game vendor.
We doing board games?
What kind of game?
That's an important specification.
J Doggy likes to play games. Yeah, it's still super early.
Mhm.
Here's Maddie. He just did a guest spot with us at Red Tree.
Hey,
Hi, Maddie.
yeah. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Just kind of getting the lay of the land.
Yeah, I know.
We just pulled in a little bit
Tree.
ago.
Red Street of Pittsburgh. Living the
Yep,
dream.
we got
baby.
the True
Living the
Tattoo
dream.
Supply
Yes,
team
sir.
here today.
What's that?
True Tattoo Supply team.
Oh, I know they.
Me,
I know, I
Jess,
talked to
Brian,
Jess.
Derb, Cervena's here.
Super cool.
Mm,
Blinded
Razor blades
by
here.
light.
Yeah,
Razor
this
blade?
kind of keeps going.
Nice.
Mhm.
Well, we don't want to give it all away. For those of you planning to attend, there's still more to see.
Oh, in case you didn't notice, there is Pipe and Drape.
Oh,
Check
P&D.
that off the list.
Yeah.
Always got to have the P&D.
It's kind of where the show starts, you know? It gives everybody a home base. Nice.
Sorry, I'm walking through everything so quickly.
It's cool.
I'll have some really nice video for next week's episode.
There's a whole weekend for footage. This is really just a prelim. All right, Fawn, have you found the easiest exit
I got myself lost.
for the most open air?
I got lost.
Turn one too many corners.
Jeez.
Too many
Fawn.
corners.
Drop a pin, send a ping to Brian.
I'll find my way.
No.
We got like spidey sense for each other.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's one of the things we were talking about on the way here is it's so nice to have a team to travel with where like we never have to track each other down the day
Right.
after the show.
Right.
We never have to figure out who's in the wrong room. Like we are all like we work when we're at the show, we socialize when we're at the show, but then we like have a good dinner, we go to bed, we get rested,
Get up
and
in the fucking morning
Yeah.
and I live an adult life.
yeah, and then by the time Sunday gets here, we're not totally exhausted. We don't hate life. We're ready to roll.
It's nice. It's nice
Look.
working with adults sometimes, isn't it?
I walked away for a few minutes and it's already looking like a thing.
It is a thing. They're gorgeous. Well, we are probably going to wrap it up with you, Fawn. So
Well, I think it was a great episode, even though the beginning had to get restarted, and
it's okay. It's okay.
I
We
think-
just took a little bit to get rewarmed up
it's okay.
because
I,
Kyle's a mood killer.
I don't want to blame Kyle. I should have just jumped on and been there from the start with you.
I'll take the
Blame-
blame for this one. I dropped the
blame
ball at the start.
Kyle.
That's okay, as long as you caught it.
We caught it by the end. We
But
just juggled it around for a
yeah.
while.
Mhm.
All right,
Mhm.
guys. Well, we can go ahead and wrap up for today, and next week we'll have all the
Live.
convention coverage.
Yep, we will.
Well,
rewind-
it
it's
won't
not
be
gonna
live.
Replayed from the
We'll have
convention.
multiple. We'll have multiple segments to reshare live.
Live from the normal stage.
Live commentary from our very own peanut gallery.
Yeah.
We're the best peanut gallery. Like if there was like a what was the science theater, mystery science theater for tattoo
You know,
conventions, that would be
That's
us.
us.
I'm just throwing it out there.
We fill that space.
All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. If you need
All right, guys.
anything from the
Well-
home base, reach out.
Thanks everybody for joining in, and thanks Ben and Kyle for holding it down and keeping things rolling smoothly while I'm on the road. And I will have all kinds of cool stuff for you all next week.
Hasta luego.
Bye guys.
Bye.